guys, it is Mandy from Mandyleeplays, and you know what time of year is it? It is Nintendo Direct time. Yes indeed, Nintendo did us a favor and actually told us which month the Nintendo Direct would be on, which is shocking because usually Nintendo is very hush-hush with everything. Though they didn't say the exact date, at least they said it was in June because they like to shadow drop everything, and yeah, that's not very good. So in today's video, I am going to give you my Nintendo Direct predictions. Now, these predictions are not really anything speculative. This is just my fan wants. I'm gonna go over the safe predictions, which is basically the predictions that are most likely gonna be there. Then there is the middle of the road predictions. Those are kind of 50-50. And then there's my favorite, the out there prediction, where I can say anything I want because more than likely Nintendo's not gonna do it. But it's still fun to predict big things like that. And hey, maybe I get it right one day, who knows? So we are going to start with the most likely predictions. These are games that Nintendo already announced, more trailers for future things, or things that, you know, are so obvious that they're gonna do. Now this category is actually my least favorite category because it's so boring, because we know what's coming. I like the exciting what if scenarios, but we still have to get through the most likely. Now, even though this is the most likely category, I do want to emphasize, take this with a grain of salt. I always say that for any prediction, just because Nintendo is chaotic sometimes. The first obvious announcement is more Luigi's Mansion 2 HD Remastered. Now, a lot of people are mistaking this for a remake, but it's not a remake, it's just a remaster to make it more palatable for the Nintendo Switch, nothing too big. Knowing Nintendo, they'll still charge full price for a old remastered game. But I do love Luigi's Mansion, and I'm super excited for Luigi's Mansion 2. I actually have it on my 3DS. It's not the best in the trilogy, but it's still really awesome. And I'm excited for more new players in the Luigi Mansion series, because one day I want to play Luigi's Mansion 4. And based on the sales of Luigi's Mansion 3, I know Nintendo is probably working on a fourth game. And another thing that's weird is they're releasing Luigi's Mansion 2 in summer, not in October. Kind of a missed opportunity there, but that's besides the point. The next thing that's most likely going to be there is Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. We've been waiting for this Dragon Quest III remake for a while, and they did show it a little bit in the Dragon Quest 38th anniversary, and I feel like in the Direct they're going to expand on it and explore what kind of things you could do, how far does this remake go, and other cool things like that. I'm really excited. I'm not the hugest fan of Dragon Quest, but I still love the games, and I haven't played a mainline Dragon Quest game since Dragon Quest 11, so it's well needed at this point. Hopefully they'll give us a date and more info. Something curious though, a lot of people have been saying they're not just going to do Dragon Quest 3, they're going to do Dragon Quest 1 and Dragon Quest 2, which I'm all for that. Now for the least most likely thing on this most likely list, I know it's a bit confusing, I'm sorry, is that they will show more of the Nintendo World Champions NES edition. Well, this is a no duh because they did announce this, but I feel like they're going to announce and host a IRL Nintendo Championship. That'll be pretty cool. Now, Nintendo World Champions is kind of like a competitive game where you have to play NES games, but with certain conditions, like speed running it, or you did this amount of jumps, things like that. It's a really cool concept and it's really cute. Now on to the second tier. This is my hopeful predictions, games where it could really be a 50-50 split on if it happens, and if it does, I'll be very excited kind of vibe. Though knowing my luck, this will probably lean towards a not happening, but you know, it's still fun to hope. First, I'm going to predict that there will be another Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, because this year is the Olympics, so yeah. Now this one will be taking place in Paris because that's where the Olympic Games are being held this year. Now Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo kind of sucked, so here's hoping that they'll do a better job with the next game. I know the games are not meant to be this groundbreaking type of game, but I'm hoping that they put a little bit more care into the mini games. Now the next one is pretty hype if it comes true, and that is a new Mario Party game. But I'm not just saying this out of thin air. Thanks to someone called Midori on Twitter, the code name for this game being developed is Buffet. How do the Nintendo news people do this on a daily basis? I do not know. Though to be fair, Midori said said it was in development, so it might not even show in the next direct, but it's still something I thought was worth mentioning. But that begs the question, why didn't they just update Mario Party Superstars to have DLC? Well, I am no Sherlock Holmes, but I think it's because of money. Yeah, that's simple. It's because of money. They'll make more money selling a new game rather than adding DLC to a already existing game. But hey, I don't work in business. My next hopeful prediction is that we finally get Wind Waker or Twilight Princess or both on the Nintendo Switch. Those are the only two games on the Wii U that people want, and I don't know why Nintendo hasn't done it yet. Though I do think it's because they're waiting for a slow month or something where they need to add a game, so then they'll add it there. But at this point, it's time. It's time for those games to come home to the Nintendo Switch where they belong. Now, if they do get released, I would hope that Nintendo will give us a bundle with them, but knowing Nintendo, they probably won't, and we have to buy them separately. But at this point, I'm a huge Zelda fan, so I don't really mind. Now, it will be extra surprising if they announced Wind Waker or Twilight Princess and then released it on the same day. That would be bonkers, though I really think that's not likely. Next is more news on Deca Police from Level 5. I feel like they're gonna give us the actual release date because Level 5 announced that Deca Police will be delayed to 2025. Now, my final hopeful prediction is a remaster for Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. My goodness, that would be epic. Now, if you watch my other videos, I've been wanting a remake for this game for forever. Do I think Nintendo's gonna do it? Probably not. But if they're going to remake any game in the Fire Emblem series, Genealogy of the Holy War is the best option. But that is the reason I want this remaster or remake, because I never played one of the most epic titles in Fire Emblem. And also, it's a pivotal game in this series, but it was never localized for the West. So they'll be killing three birds with one stone: localizing the game, remaking the game, and modernizing the game for new players. That's like a win-win for me. Though the second best would be a remake of Fire Emblem Awakening. That would be awesome as well. Now, where is my copium? Because I need it. Alrighty, time to get your tinfoil hats, guys. Time to get them tinfoil hats because it is the way out prediction time. Like the other ones, take this with a grain of salt. Heck, take this section with a mountain-sized grain of salt, because I know Nintendo probably won't do it. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll say it into existence or something. Time to have some fun with things that are probably not gonna happen. Yay! Now, the first two games on this list are not Nintendo, and that is a new Atelier game. I've been waiting for a new Atelier game. After the Ryza trilogy, I kind of need another one. Next one is Silksong. Silksong, where are you? That game has been missing for years. Silksong is notorious for never being in a direct of any kind. Not the Nintendo, not the Indie Direct, not the Xbox or PlayStation. The game, by all accounts, is considered missing. Nobody knows anything, and it just boggles my mind because so many people are excited for this game, but none of us know the progress or how it's going. Hopefully we get some news on Silksong, hopefully. And the next way out there one is a remaster of a GameCube game. I feel like they might either announce Metroid Prime 2 or 3, or Luigi's Mansion gets re-released. Now, honestly, I don't really think Luigi's Mansion is gonna be there, mostly because Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is coming out, but I really think that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are a great candidate for the remaster treatment, mainly because the first one's on the Switch. So Nintendo, finish it off so we could get excited for Metroid Prime 4. Now, for Metroid Prime 4, I think they're gonna move it for the next console, mainly because maybe the Switch is not strong enough for what they wanted to do, so they're just waiting for the new console to be announced, and then they'll put Metroid Prime 4. That's my honest opinion. I don't know if it's true. They might announce it in the direct, I do not know. But who knows what Nintendo would do. They are very chaotic. And I have been wrong on a lot of predictions lately, so there's that. I ain't Nostradamus or anything. Another game that they could remaster is Kid Icarus Uprising. That would be really epic, so I would love to see a remake of that. And finally, to cap off this big copium list is a remake of a 3D Zelda game. Editing Mandy here, I meant to say 2D Zelda game. My candidate is the Oracle games. That would be awesome. It's a very niche Zelda game and a lot of people haven't played it, so I really would love that one to be remade, but who knows, this will probably age like milk. Anywhoosies, that is the end of my predictions. Please let me know your predictions in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. Hit that like button if you like, and if you love my content and want to see more, then please consider subscribing. We are almost to 7K. We could do it, guys. We could do it. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the day, and as always, play a good game. Peace.